I'm Tony, and welcome to another Board Game Revolution sneak peek. This time we received a prelude version of Aeon Trespass Odyssey. The prelude is essentially a beefed up demo version of the game that includes just a fraction of what will ship with the final product. And with that out of the way, let's move on to the preview. Aeon Trespass Odyssey is a 1 to 4 player cooperative battle and exploration game published by Into the Unknown. The Greek gods are dead, and a new threat has emerged. Enormous creatures known as Primordials. You awaken with no memory and find yourself aboard a massive ship known as the Argo. You and your crew must sail around Greece to learn about your past, the mysterious ship, and battle Primordials. While you're no match for these monsters alone, you have the ability to take control of massive beings known as Titans, and only by using them do you have any hope of survival. I'm going to split this preview into 3 sections: combat, exploration, and story. Let's start with combat. Into the Unknown has developed what they are calling the inverted combat paradigm. In this system, the closer you are to death, the more powerful you become. And the tool that's used for this is the Triskelion. This tracks your rage, which increases as you attack, danger, which you receive when you get hit, and fate, which you can use to mitigate luck. As all of these increase, new options become available to you. When you get hit, you draw from the trauma deck. These cards are just as likely to help you as hurt you, and the risks and rewards grow greater as you reach higher tiers. As your rage increases, you gain new abilities from the Kratos table. Here you can create openings and breaks that will give the next Titan to attack an advantage. And Fate is used for special attacks or rerolls. If any of these increase to 9 or above, you'll have to face some serious consequences, including permanently losing control of your Titan. During battles, 4 Argonauts will pilot massive Titans to face off against one of many Primordials. Each Titan will get a movement and an attack action. The movement is listed on each Titan sheet, and the attack will include a pool of 10-sided dice. Using just their bare fists, this Titan will be able to roll 2 dice. Each Primordial has a number that the Titan will need to roll at or above in order to hit them. But just because a Titan lands a hit, doesn't mean the Primordial will be hurt. If they pass the attack roll, they will need to flip over the top card of the Primordial's BP deck to see which body part they made contact with and how strong the Aeon Trespass field is there. Also listed as AT, the Aeon Trespass field is an extra level of protection that Primordials have. To beat this, the Titan will then need to make an AT break roll. Based on their Titan, their gear, and other factors, they will create their power pool. If the Titan rolls enough break symbols to exceed the body part's AT field, only then will they wound the Primordial. After the attack, the Titan will use their current rage level and Kratos table to leave openings or breaks for the next Titan to attack. The Primordial's action is controlled by an AI deck. You flip over the top card to see how they will react that round. The card will dictate who the target is and how they will move and attack, as well as what will happen after a Titan is hit. And just as the Titan gets more powerful as the battle goes on, so do Primordials. Some BP cards will force you to escalate the AI and BP decks. The higher level AI cards will give the Primordials more powerful attacks, and the higher level BP cards will show different body parts with more difficult AT fields that you'll need to beat to deliver a wound. And that's just the basics. There's a huge amount of weapons, gear, Primordials, Titans, and scenarios that vary each encounter. Exploration happens on a larger overview map where you guide the Argo and its crew through a sprawling land. Each time you travel to a new map tile, a day passes and you can collect resources. Resources are used to develop new technology and build new weapons and armor. As you travel, you can discover new hubs that grant access to new adventures and encounter perils. There will also be other factions to interact with and monsters to hunt you. The Argo has its own stats that track the hull, crew, and fate. If its hull or crew ever drops to 0, or if the fate ever reaches above 9, the game ends. And finally, there's the story. And just like the Greek myths that so clearly inspired it, Aeon Trespass Odyssey is an epic. Multiple campaigns, adventures, and battles await within the box. And players won't just sit back and watch the story unfold either. They will be very active participants. There's a choice matrix that you'll use to keep track of the decisions you make, which will have wide-ranging effects on the story, your characters, the Argo, and the world around you. Aeon Trespass Odyssey is a huge game in almost every aspect. Into the Unknown says there'll be over 200 hours of unique content available. And although I haven't seen the full game, it appears to have enough cards, tiles, titans, and primordials to back this up. The story setup is interesting and hints at an epic quest full of adventures and revelations. The miniatures are incredibly detailed, and even the bases of the figures help convey the scale of these enormous things. If Aeon Trespass Odyssey sounds like the kind of journey you want to go on, then make sure to check out their Kickstarter when it launches on September 9th. And if you haven't already, check out the Board Game Revolution Facebook page to join an amazing board game community. I'm Tony, and I'll see you next time.